and welcome to Phoenix Raceway for the second out of 3 races of the round of 8 playoffs. Here today, we start the United Reynolds 500 as the second race. For these playoff drivers, Phoenix will be a mid-race track to try to conquer. For these playoff drivers, many drivers may be good here, many drivers may be bad here. We'll have to find out. Many drivers, including Brad Keselowski, Kurt Busch, many drivers on these short tracks. They're great at racetracks. It's very short and not as high banked. We're going to Martinsville next race as well, so Keselowski and Kurt Busch should also prevail as they finish 1-2. Let's look at your playoff standings coming into today's race. Kyle Larson had the best run of all the playoff drivers last race at Talladega. He collected 6 points above the cut line, as well as Keselowski, who dominated that late going in the race. Unfortunately, got taken out in that last lap big one. Chastain and Kurt Busch as well. They hold their line above the cut. Now let's look below the cut line. Blaney, McDowell, Kyle Busch, and Reddick all below the cut line. Blaney McDowell a little bit more manageable, but Kyle Busch needs a good run, and Reddick really needs a good run almost in a must-win situation. So let's look out for Tyler Reddick today in that JGR Toyota, looking to be feisty, trying to get some points. Let's see what he can do. Starting mid-pack today, let's see what he can do with Christopher Bell, his teammate as well. Starting back there, McDowell starts the worst of playoff drivers, so he's definitely going to need a good run. He's only 3 points behind, but still, with that front row motorsports equipment, it's not like it's the best out there, but he still won a race this season, so watch out for him. Ross Chastain, starting second place, had a great run at Talladega last week, and now starting up second on the outside pole. Let's see what he can do, as well as Kyle Larson, the best out playoff driver so far, starting just in the inside of the top 5. He's looking to have a good run and try to lock himself into Phoenix, or Homestead, my bad, with a win. Denny Hamlin, your Talladega winner. He's trying to lock himself in with 2 wins on the season instead of 1. He wants to prove himself that he can be a playoff contending driver for next season. Let's look at your starting lineup. Ross Chastain and William Byron make up the first row, as Truex and Elliott make up the second row. 2 playoff drivers, Kyle Busch and Kyle Larson, make up the third. Hamlin and Logano the fourth, and rounding out your top 10, Noah Gragson and Kurt Busch. Now looking at just outside the top 10, we get Austin Cindric and Bubba Wallace, with Keselowski and Gibbs right behind them, as long as Blaney and Chase Briscoe, 2 fast Ford Mustangs. There's also Alex Bowman, Chris Buescher, Josh Berry, and Tyler Reddick will round out your top 20. Now looking further back, Mike McDowell, not very good at qualifying here today. Mike McDowell will start 22nd on the day, and he will start just on the outside of Christopher Bell, who also didn't have a very good qualifying lap. And as you look back there, you got Kevin Harvick and Daniel Suarez just behind them as well. And if we look at the cars rounding out your field today, John Nemechek, AJ Allmendinger, Harrison Burton, Corey LaJoie, and Daniel Hemrick. They will round out your field today. We get set to run 14 laps here around Phoenix. Who can get it done in this aging surface? Let's go green. As the pace truck will pull in, William Byron and Ross Chastain is going to lead him to green in the second race of the playoffs. The green flag's flying and run away from Phoenix. William Byron is going to take the early advantage on the inside line. He's going to clear Chastain. As what a move by Kyle Larson, moving up 4 positions all the way up to second place. What a move. Here comes Martin Truex Jr. What a run from him. To the outside crossover, contact made, as he's going to go to the inside through the dog leg. And now he's going to take the lead away going into 1 and 2. Byron trying to fight back on the outside line. He gets a little squirrely, but he's going to keep it straight. As now Martin Truex Jr. is going to take the lead. He's going to come and lead a lap once again here at Phoenix, the place where he won his first championship in the NASCAR 3M Cup Series. He is back leading here at Phoenix. Byron's around. He's going to spin out from second place, and your pole sitter has crashed. The pole sitter has gone around here at Phoenix. William Byron lost it going into 1 and 2. As nighttime struck, the tires got loose, and he spun around, almost back in the outside wall. Was lucky, though, to keep it out of the outside wall. He will be able to continue. Let's take a look at what happened. Yeah, it just looks like the back had stepped around on him. Right when it got sideways, he gassed it up and was lucky to keep it out of the outside wall. And he was also lucky to keep it out of the inside wall, and well as Kyle Busch. Look at Kyle Busch sneak through there on the bottom. What an evasive action for Kyle Busch. He got lucky of that. Let's take a look at it one more time. William Byron spinning around. He's able to collect his items, and he'll be able to go back to the pit road, and he'll repair his race car, get 4 fresh tires, and he'll come back in the rear. Luckily, the car was not damaged. And you've seen what he did at Martinsville. Started at the rear, worked his way all the way up to 9th. We'll have to see what he can do today. Going to pit road, going to work on his car. Let's see what he can do. We're going to go back green. After William Byron's spill in turns 1 and 2, we're going to go back green here at Phoenix. What a move by Kyle Busch to the inside. 3 wide for the race lead. Kyle Busch and Chastain. Chastain's going to clear him. No, he's not. Kyle Busch fights back. They're side by side down the backstretch. Here comes Chastain. Kyle Busch on the inside. Chastain's going to lead the lap, but Kyle Busch is not giving up. As here he comes to the inside of Ross Chastain. He's going to clear for the race lead. And as well as Larson going to take that pass away from Chastain. As Chastain slides into his contact made with Hamlin and Keselowski. They keep everything straight, and Kyle Busch is now going to lead a lap. Chastain falling back. Chastain is not up in the front anymore. It's now going to be Mark Truex Jr. closing in the gap as well. Here comes Kyle Larson, the inside of Kyle Busch. He's going to make the move, and he's going to clear him, but he's sideways, almost in the outside wall. He's going to lead the lap now. A bunch of different lap leaders today. Kyle Busch takes the lead back. Crash! Alex Bowman in the outside wall. Major impact in the outside wall, and the caution flag's going to come out once again for another Hendrick driver. This time, it's day over for the 48 machine. The 48 damaged severely on the rear side of that race car. Looks like he backed in the outside wall. Looks like some contact from the 23. Look at the evasive maneuver from the 4 car. Josh Berry, what a move there. Yeah, Bowman backs in the outside wall hard. And it's just not been the season he's wanted. Many incidents he's been involved in trying to limit that, but it's just not the case. Alex Bowman, his day's done. He'll be the first car out of this race. We'll take a look at a slow motion replay. That's a big hit. For Phoenix, that was a pretty big hit. He got turned right in the spot you don't want to get turned. Massive momentum shoving him to the outside wall. And that Ally Best Friends Chevrolet will get towed to the garage area. And unfortunately, Alex Bowman's day is done. But we're going to go back green coming up next. And as we come down to the wire in this Phoenix race, 2 playoff Chevrolets lead us back to green. As Chastain 3 wide in the middle. Here comes Kyle. Crash! Big crash! Kyle Larson's involved as well as Truex. And it looks like Kurt Busch wasn't well. What a crash for Kyle Larson. Hard in the outside wall. And that car is destroyed as well as Mark Truex Jr. His great day is over. And yes, Kurt Busch was involved in this. Kurt Busch brings it to pit road with a flat tire with contact from Kyle Larson. Let's take a look at the replay. What a lick for Truex and a bigger lick for Kyle Larson, and especially in the points. He might be out after today's race going into Martinsville next race. He might have to do some working through traffic next race. We'll have to see. Let's look at this hit. Wow, up in the air for Truex. Climbed on the top of Larson just a tad bit as Larson slammed the outside wall. Nothing major. Everybody's all right, but what a lick. Kyle Larson's day is done. That car is destroyed. And 3 Hendrick cars have been an incident today. And as the track crew cleans up this racetrack after this massive crash, all these drivers are finally ready to get set for a 3-lap dash to the finish. Let's see who's going to lock themselves in the playoffs and to the championship race at Homestead. And here in Phoenix, we have another 3-lap dash here to finish this thing. Green flag back in the air. Kyle Busch with a monstrous restart. They're 4 wide into 1. Ryan Blaney with a blinding restart. He's up to 2nd place as Kyle Busch leads. Contact's going to be made. Blaney moves him up the hill. And Ryan Blaney is your race leader, but not for long. Blaney clears him. Kyle Busch trying to do a crossover. He's going to do it. Blaney to the outside, and Kyle Busch takes the lead back. Here they come. 1 lap to go here in Phoenix. Can Ryan Blaney do anything? He goes to the inside. Here comes Ryan Blaney. He rubs him up the hill. In the wall goes Kyle Busch. He rides the wall. And Keselowski from 3rd is going to take the race lead. And out of 4th, welcome to the Final 4 once again, champion. Brad Keselowski once again in the Final 4. What a race. What a finish. Brad Keselowski locks himself into the Final 4. Let's take a look and unpack everything we just had. Holy cow. Let's take a look. Kyle Busch leads it to the white. Huge run for Blaney. He used the top side. Then Blaney sends it in the corner. Shoves Busch in the wall. Busch throttles it up and rides the wall. And now Keselowski comes from 3rd. And out of turns 3 and 4, he's going to take the check. Whoa, look at behind him. Keselowski takes the checkered flag. But now Kyle Busch and Blaney beating on each other. But Brad Keselowski's going to win here at Phoenix. Oh, Ryan Blaney and Kyle Busch, they turn each other. Oh, they're getting out of the car. Oh, he throws a punch. Fighting on the racetrack. Oh, my. We have seen everything here today, folks. Let's take a look at your race results. Keselowski will lock himself into the Final 4 at Homestead. And now only 3 spots remain. Chastain as well, another good finish for him. Kyle Busch and Blaney, you just seen the tussle they just had out of turn 2. They both get decent points. But now let's take a look at your playoff standings. Chastain, he's almost locked in. only just a decent run at Martinsville, and he'll be in the Final Four again. And Blaney and Larson, they're the only two that's above the cut line now that's still not in a very good, safe place. Now let's look behind the cut line. Kyle Busch, who could have been above the cut line if that altercation did not happen. And now Kurt Busch with a flat tire did not recover. And as well as McDowell, and now Reddick's in a must-win situation. Disappointing for Reddick, had a great regular season, just unfortunate how this playoffs is going for him. Anyway, Brad Keselowski, your Season 1 champion, back in the Final Four. This time, he has way more momentum than he had in the championship season. He looks to be the favorite. As next race, the cutoff race for the Final Four, is going to be at Martinsville. Christmas-themed cutoff race. Let's see who's going to do it at Martinsville, Virginia.
This copyrighted telecast may not be reproduced, retransmitted, or used in any form without the authorized written consent of NASCAR Broadcasting. NASCAR would like to thank all of our fans for your support, and we hope you enjoyed today's broadcast.